Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Warplan Orange as Allies. Making swift, well, I'm not going to say swift, making good progress and advances, mostly victory points. Oh, except for Wake. Wake is not going so well. Many losses, very bloody. We're trying though, and I'm not giving up easily. Losses are to be expected. They are so bad though. I just hope we can get past the hump and have enough troops unloaded to hold the line until more reinforcements can come. Because it is so bad. Oh, submarine got the Indiana. Just a single torpedo, so might be fine. Lost a destroyer. More unloading. Let's see how many people actually are on the beach now. That's the port attack. And we have the naval bombardment, which we desperately need. Which includes hitting the port. Japanese subs trying to find the English carriers. Our destroyers trying to find Japanese subs around a wake. I think we hit them pretty hard. Oh, and here's, okay, a bombardment. Excellent. That's good. That will not result in nearly as many losses. And we did not get a lot off the boats this time. Still outnumbered. No, I don't need a shock attack. Why? Oh, well, nothing happened. Alright, 18th of May. How many battleships do we have here now? That's right. Now I remember. Alright, these troop transports are still loading. They're getting there though. Tankers are moving. Reinforcements are leaving. What do we have here? We have the replenishment. We have our surface combat group. Replenish them, set them to bombardment, including escorts. Carriers, replenish. We have to have tapped out these. Yeah, they're empty already. We need to send them to Midway, get more fuel. Do we have a separate replenishment group? Thought we did. That's a tanker. Then our tenders, and then our ASW group. The ward's probably not going to make it. Montana and Arizona will. New York will. Indiana will. The battleship group is rushing back. What do we have left on the transports? They're unloading supplies. We still have some troops on board though. Marshals are fine. Keep an eye on Kwajalein. They're coming back with troops. Nothing in Borneo. Nothing in Singapore. Battle cruisers, why are you leaving? Come over to Apari. We'll increase the max reaction. Maybe not. Carriers are doing their thing. What do we have here? Cruisers moving west. And before I forget, do we have no troops on Wake? Did they all retreat? Was that the result? It says unloading. It says unloading. I do not see troops on. Oh. It was a total wipeout. I need to wait. Pretty much the whole 1st US Division. Most of it, at least. Maybe a quarter of it left. Alright, we're going to go back to Pearl Harbor. We'll wait for more troops. We're going to land with a larger force. Like, we have the 2nd US Division, some field artillery. Retirement is allowed. Destination is Wake. Do not retire. Head for Midway. Do not unload cargo. I'm going to want to bring more. We'll still bring these to go bombard. The carriers can retreat for now to replenish. Because I know we're getting low on sorties. Yeah, we have very few sorties left. So let's return to Midway. Replenish at sea. And we have the 1 bombardment group still here. I could use another replenishment group. Do I have one out here already? I feel like I made another one, but I'm not seeing it. Alright, let's do this way. I don't need the sub-tenders, don't need mine layers. I really don't have a lot of replenishment ships left. Load fuel. No retirement. Set home base. Midway. Alright, it's a little disappointing to lick our wounds, especially given the losses involved. Do we have air-to-air losses? We don't have troop losses, do we? Do want to see what's next on the docket. We have a month to go before we get additional reinforcements. Ship-wise, we have a set of destroyers in a month. British destroyers. Aircraft. We have a group of aircraft in a month. San Diego, San Francisco, and LA. Our score is still not high. Combat reports. Allied shock, 4,500. We don't have any listing of losses though. Double check the 2 transports. Unload, retire, that's fine. Yeah, we'll actually unload and retire them as well. That is fine. Oh, and you can go back to Midway. Carriers are returning to Midway, battleships are remaining in place. Alright, there we go. Tagged a light cruiser. Continue our bombardment of Wake. Japanese troop transport sinks. And 19th of May. They are full up. Return to Midway. Retirement is allowed, but we do not unload. They're still loading. Looks like it'll need at least one more day. Carriers and replenishment ships returning to Midway. Battleships almost awake. Set these ones for bombardment. How many subs do we have? Grab one of the O class. Set them up in wake. Almost to Rabaul. Ooh, looks like we have a tanker back in Borneo. Their destination will be Rabaul. They can make that journey. That'll be a steady trickle supply of fuel. Nothing in Singapore. Should I check Australia? You have tankers, transports, and troop transports. Could shuffle fuel around. I'll let that settle for the moment. And the battleships decide to try to leave again. Stop that. Carriers will sit here all day. Tempted to make Apari their home port, then they can't leave. At the very least, I'll set it to Hong Kong. That way they won't go too far. That should take care of the 18th or 19th. I have reactions near Apari. Because a transport has been sighted. Looks like a tanker. It is, and it is sunk. Battle cruisers doing their jobs. Looks like light cruisers. Heavy cruisers. Well, that one's an armored cruiser. You can see the gun ports. Old style armored cruiser. These look like the same class, so 3 heavy cruisers. I think we've seen this group in this area before. Can I get a range for this? I'd like to know what range, because I want to know whether to worry about torpedoes. Although if they're all armored cruisers, we'll just go ahead. Oh, this was near Wake. Well, we sank one of them. Another one is likely to sink. Follow-up attack by the other battleship group. Or no, it's the same one? Okay. Much shorter combat that time. Followed by the bombardment, including a hit on a sub. That always makes me happy. Oh, 2 subs. The Haruna and the Kirishima are not likely to survive. So that'll be quite the victory for us. That might put us above the Japanese as far as victory points. Which, if you look at just victory points, we're not actually doing that great. Strategically, we appear to be at a stalemate, with the Allies having the advantage. because we control the seas. 20th of May. Bunch of transports. These are the ones unloading from San Francisco. Troop transports look like they need 1 or 2 more days. All the rest of the traffic, yeah, they ain't making it. The ward is done. The rest of the damaged ships seem to be fine. Let's see if we can share a little bit of fuel. They're not stranded quite so far away. In fact, don't we have... Yes. Your job is to go find this battleship and meet them. Carriers coming back. Battleships are trying to go. This group that's been bombarding, this is the one that just arrived on scene. Yes. Set for bombardment. Turn to wake. You can continue to retire. Get your guns topped off. Transports 1 day away from Rabaul. Nothing in Borneo, nothing in Singapore. Of course, the battlecruisers are trying to go. I need to replace this commander. Everything else I'm not too concerned about. More tankers. This is the British battlecruisers. This will be around Apari. Yep. 2 tankers sunk. Ward goes down, which was expected. One of the battlecruisers got hit by a torpedo. And 21st of May. Troop transports finally underway. Do not load and load, do not retire. Perfect. Other ships are headed back. since we happen to be here, we'll make sure everyone has the fuel to get back to Pearl Harbor. These ones don't. Get them topped up. Let's have you follow the Rhode Island then. Do not retire, please. Battleships retiring. These ones sitting tight. Continue your bombardment. Sub on the way. Dropping off troops in Rabaul. Nothing in Borneo, nothing in Singapore. And of course, Indomitable retiring. That's why I tell you not to retire. Stay where the sub protection is highest. It's fine, we'll leave them be. How are we on sorties? 70%. You know what? Let's go back to Hong Kong. And get everybody topped up. Excellent. Taking care of Japanese submarines, trying to attack our battle fleet. Finding a tanker out at sea. No dice. Might have a follow-up attack. Might have to wait for the next day though, and then they'll have moved quite a bit. Probably out of range. And 22nd of May. Swift progress. Tankers in Pearl. Midway always needs more fuel. Load fuel, retire, allowed, unload, Midway. Then our other one, our transport's headed back to San Francisco. Battleships are 1 day away from Midway. You got our replenishment ships set up again. Carriers replenished, including carrier aircraft and sorties. And we'll get them back at Wake. Then there was an S-class. Yes, I was looking for you. Let's put you out here. Kind of a little bit of an advanced warning. We'll send out a second O-class. If we're going to do that, I'm going to want to send the S boat a little bit further out. Battleships continuing to stand by. keep the harassment bombardment up. Bajalain, they're going to need at least one more day, probably two. Nothing Singapore, nothing over there. Battlecruisers made it already? And they move fast. Alright, Wiggins. Aggression 42. Unacceptable. So let's look for... Man, he's got good leadership skills. He's just not aggressive. Very promising. 60 naval skill. Can we get something a little bit more, like 55? Ooh, that's way too aggressive. I don't want them to go down to the last man. Leadership could be better. Rawlings. Benning. Bernie. Walker. Warren. A little better than the other guy. Western. Alright, that's about ideal. Even better in Willens. Then younger. Willens, I think, is our choice. Now let's see if you'll actually stay. As for Indomitable, a 50 repair yard. Dock and see if we can get everything settled there. There we go. Continuing to hit the Kirishima and the Haruna. Yeah, this is outside of Wake. Patrol gunboats and transport near Wake, Songal 3. All right, 23rd of May. got our transports. We've got surface group. We can go ahead and disband that group. Speaking of, Replenish Task Force at Sea. Auto disband, yes. Then we have this group, which auto disband. Set to follow. This should be an auto disband as well. This should be an auto disband as well. You all are just coming back. You'll unload and reload. Carriers returning. Battleships are here. Replenish Task Force. Patrol, do not retire. Head to wake. This group I'll set for a reaction. I will leave them on surface for now. We don't need to turn them to anything different until later. Set them to chase the carriers, since those are the ones that are going to need extension. They have more sorties than they have fuel. And that'll keep them operating for as long as possible. Oh, that might take a little longer than I thought. 2 more days. That's my estimate. Oh, we have somebody in Singapore. Couple of transports. Do we have anything to move over though? We have 19th Infantry and 28th Indian. Well, let's grab the Indian Brigade and bring them over. Manila's becoming quite the hub. Ridiculous number of units reported on Formosa. Almost back. Slow evening. Usually see a little action at night. None this night though. And 24th of May. Our harbor are looking empty. Got this one replenished. Set them up to the next one in line. They should be good. We have the replenishment. We have the battleships. We have the carrier. These ones returning, which I would not want to have wanted them to. They are desperately short of main ammo. I'll allow it then. Kind of wanted to keep up the pressure, but it's fine. This should have one more day. Nothing in Borneo, nothing in Singapore. Hong Kong, we should select the carrier. Replenish, stop. We're short something. Is it the actual aircraft? Nope, we're short 3 sorties. Torpedoes? No, they're bombs. We didn't tap out the supplies. It's a little surprising. Patrol mission, do not disband, head down to Opari. That should take us to the end there. Taking a view of the score, do have a lot of political points, not a ton. Certainly are doing a lot of sorties. Seem to have the advantage until we've done more sorties. We have the advantage in the air. We have more bases controlled. Japanese have more base points, which makes sense. Japanese have lost more points in aircraft. Here we go. Allied Army lost points. It's not the losses, but it's the points involved, and we have quite a lot. Allied ships sunk. Japanese ships sunk. We've sunk way more, and a lot more value. Really adding up. Go. No carriers have been sunk. 2-to-1 ratio for battleships and battlecruisers. Mostly by heavy guns. Cruisers, we've lost more, but not many. Let's look at type. Evenly split on heavy cruisers. Don't care about a lot of the other ones. A lot more Japanese subs lost. Anyways, I think that'll do it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Appreciate you staying till the end. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.